Outside of Flagstaff, this is Peaceful Valley Memorial Park. It's a cemetery that was founded in 1960. The first burial out here was in 1960. But the cemetery passed from the owner into the hands of several heirs. So there are several people who now own this property, and they do not have the funds to have it dedicated as a cemetery in perpetuity. If you want to have a cemetery in perpetuity, you have to have enough assets saved that the cemetery will be taken care of for the indefinite future, and that can't happen here. So there was a burial here as recently as about 4 years ago, but the cemetery is for the most part abandoned because nobody has the money to take care of it. So individual family members come out here and take care of graves, but the cemetery itself, as you can see, is a real mess.
You can see where it backs up to those houses. And over this way, there is a park with a lake. And we'll stop by there if we find a parking lot and shoot some video of the lake. We're finding lots of things to do and see here in Flagstaff. This is a possible retirement destination for us. We wouldn't live here year round, but during the summers and the fall, this would be a nice place, and it's still close to our son, and during the winter he could come up and use. We're looking at tiny homes. There's a tiny home neighborhood here where they're building them. Backside. Lots of flies out here too. I got one riding on my hand as I'm taking this video.
Yeah, these people were buried in 1961.
These people were buried in 1961.
It's hard to know if that's even an accurate representation of where the people are buried, because the headstone on the right has clearly been moved. It may have been in that depression space there. So it's really hard to know because there's not maintenance out here. You know, it could have been flooded. The headstone could have been moved. It's really hard to tell. There are, off in the distance, there's a crypt. We're not going to walk over there to it because we have to walk through the weeds. I see 1, 2, 3 places where there are bright plastic flowers sticking up amongst the weeds. So clearly those are places where there are burial sites. And then there's some white sticks. I see one there. I see a couple more over there. And then I see 3 other little markers over here. So there are graves that have been marked, but there's not even a road distinguished through here or a path distinguished through here that you can go near them. So we're not gonna march around in the weeds over there. But it's really a shame how this has been abandoned, and it's not land that you could just sell to a developer to develop, because you can't build anything here. There's bodies buried here. Somebody's going to have to step in and figure out how to deal with this.
I'm sure that the people who erected this structure did not intend for all this graffiti to be on here. But I guess there were a lot of people who saw a blank canvas and decided to add there's also a lot of broken bottles out here. Over here, which tells me that a lot of people like to come out here and drink the beverage of their choice, which is kind of sad. This is Walnut Canyon Lakes. And technically we're not supposed to be walking around here, but I wanted to include this in the video that we did on the abandoned cemetery because it's just down the road. There's a trail around this lake and a lot of geese out there.